Hello and welcome to this Ellen Hub conversation. Today we'll be having a conversation with the chairman, Etche local government area. His name is Honorable Elvis Obinna Anyanwu. My name is Dr. Chidiebere Joe. You're welcome to Ellen Hub. Sir, you're welcome.
Yeah, good morning.
Thank you for this opportunity. We're so grateful. We're honored. So how's life been? Compliments of the season, of course.
Compliments of the season.
Okay.
Well, for me, life has been so fair. We thank God. We'll give him all the praise because without him, we won't be here today.
Yeah.
It's been a beautiful journey, and so far so good.
Okay.
God has been faithful.
I see. Before we came on board, we did a little bit of digging. We talked to a couple of persons. So just give us an insight into who they think you are. I'm going to read out some of the things that they said and give you the opportunity to explain which one best resonates with you.
That's okay.
The first thing they said to us is, Honorable Obinna, he's a family man. Some other person said he loves people, and they gave us references, of course. Some others describe you as a party man. By that, they mean a political party man because of your affiliation with the PDP, of course. And then lastly, this one really got me interested. You've got soul and emotional depth. Some person said this to us. Which of these characterizations can you resonate with the most?
What did the last one say?
You have emotional depth. You have soul.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, for me, it's majority of what they said is right. When they say I'm a party man, I'm a party man. Yes, 100% a party man because it's a party that brought me into this. But at the same time, I'm a servant leader.
Okay.
I serve everybody irrespective of any party, as long as you respect yourself and you're ready to work with the system. So for me, I'm out there to make sure that my people have the best, and I have a name at stake to keep. What I mean by that is, if I've chosen to serve my people, I shouldn't have any iota to say I can't do this or I can do this. So for me, I must give them the best. You can see you've been here since morning, and I've been attending to people, and that's how it is. I work in the office, I work in the house. So if it's what I can do, I do. If it's what I can do, I don't do. The most important thing is giving them that attention. Everything is not money. Some people just want to come and see the chairman, talk with the chairman. There are so many people you can call them from morning till night, they won't pick.
That's
If you call me and I don't see your call, if I wake up, I'll call you back. And that's me. I pick my call randomly. I've had these numbers for donkey years. This is the number I've been using from the onset of GSM till today. I'm not a 419 person, so why should I stop? I'm not owing anybody. So why should I not pick my phone? I have never borrowed. I'm not a debtor. So why should I not pick my phone? Somebody might be in a situation where you need you. It might not be money. So you should be able to pick, to find out. And if somebody calls you and it's something you can say, see you, I can't do this, but I can do this.
Therefore, I think maybe that's what people can really relate with, your ability to engage people.
Yeah, I do.
As a leader.
I do.
Amazing.
If I go to work today, you see the amount of, chairman is coming, you see the amount of persons in the office, and no matter what the number of persons in the office that day, I must attend to everybody.
Wow. Okay. Tell us about early days. How was life growing up? Because, I mean, you were not born like this. I'm sure there's some history. We heard that you attended Etche Boys Secondary School and then University of Port Harcourt.
No, UST.
UST? Oh, great. River State University now.
River State University.
Oh, awesome.
Well, life as a child was very beautiful.
Okay.
I grew up from the family of Prince Anyanwu, and he gave us his kids the best as children. And it's been rosy. There were some rosy days, some unrosy days. So growing up, after my primary school, I went to secondary school and internal high school. I went to Pablo Model Primary School.
Okay.
OGRA, then I went to internal high school. Then after which, I got into UST. Then after that, I started working with my dad in his construction firm. So I worked with him. I read business administration.
Okay.
But I left that and got into construction practically and understood what it is to be a civil engineer. Then I started building houses, roads, and all that.
Oh, wow.
With the training I got, because I remember when we were quite young, when we come back from school, my dad would say, okay, I won't give you money. Okay. You have to go to the office to work.
And
so when you work, they'll pay you. So going back to school, when you want to go back to school, you say, Daddy, I want money. I say, no, but you work now. Okay. Your salary, you have to do. So it made us appreciate money and understand what it means. So at that point, all those wastes, you don't get it, because now you know that when you work, you must have to save and all that. So we grew up like that. Getting to understand that if you appreciate 1 naira, you can appreciate 2 naira. And it kept on going like that. So when you say, okay, how much have you saved? This I've saved. Okay, add this. Okay. This is my own token. So you got to know that, okay, if you are going to school today and you have a list of provision you need to buy, you know that at least from some part of the provision, you end it from what you have worked. You can say, okay, you can buy from this to this. Okay, I will buy the rest. So that was how we started working, and I started putting myself together. I've never, ever in my life prayed to God for money. I've never done that. I always pray for divine wisdom. That's all I do. I wake up in the morning and I pray for divine wisdom, divine health, divine protection. Father, Lord, lead that way, go before me and go behind me. And off I go.
That's a big message you just dropped there.
That's how I pray. I've never, ever prayed to God to give me wealth. What am I going to do with it?
Wow.
One thing is to have money, the next thing is to manage the sustainability. It's more difficult than having it. You can have it, but can you sustain it? And what do you need to sustain it? Wisdom.
Wisdom. The Bible says the principal thing, right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's what you need. And you see, people don't know that the foundation of wealth is wisdom. With wisdom, you can have the whole world. You sit down somewhere and you're talking, or you're having a conversation, you don't know who's next. I've had so many testimony on that. And you're talking, and you don't know who's seated. And the next thing, someone like, who is that person? You say, this is so person. Like, I would like to know that person.
Awesome. This has been already a fabulous conversation, judging by the nuggets of life he's already dropped. We'll be right back with Honorable Obinna Elvis. Don't go nowhere. Please hang on. Welcome back. We're still with the Honorable Chairman of Etche local government area. His name is Obinna Elvis Anyanwu. Thank you for sticking with us. Let's talk a little bit about politics. Was that the goal, or other things you're doing? You've talked about construction, of course. If we're not in politics, anything else?
I've never been a fan of politics. In as much as I grew up from a political home, I've been into construction. Then I got into my passion, which is fashion.
Really?
Anybody that knows me know that I love clothes a whole lot. I did fashion business for almost 15 years of my life, touring around the world to make sure I get good clothes for people to wear. And you see, they say his ways are not our ways. What you think, or the way you think that your life will be, might not go that direction. I've always been a man that I felt like, okay, someday I'm going to have my own brand, in the fashion world. I felt like I should grow myself in the way where, like, you have the likes of Armani, you have the likes of Gucci and all that, and I want to have my own brand. So I was looking at myself in that light until God said, no, you have to go and serve your people. And when that came, I couldn't resist it. It wasn't a plan, it wasn't my own thought, not at all in any way. Not at all. But when it came in, I had so many people coming, oh, he can't do this work, oh, he's going to do this, he's that, no, he's going to rule a chair from London, he's going to rule a chair from, because everybody knows that I'm not always around. Okay. I'm always moving from one point to the other to do my business. So when the opportunity came, there was so much fights, oh, he can't do this, oh, he won't do this. And God said, no, this is the person I want. And I saw that it was divine. So I didn't argue with him, and I gave myself for service. And that's why I think it's helping me do things right and work things the way they're supposed to be. And so far so good. It's been amazing, because there's some certain things that happen in the local government. I ask myself, wow. And I see it as God's intervention, because we all know how Etche used to be, the insecurity in Etche. And I woke up one day and I said to myself, I said, Father Lord, I don't know what I'm going to do, because where I'm seated, you asked me to go. So you have to come in, step in, and let's see how we're going to resolve this situation. And
we'll talk about the security, because that's a major theme that resonated with people, and they really wanted you to talk on. But for now, I'd like to know, this is your second tenure as the chair, as the chairman, and what do you consider your greatest achievement, and any regrets?
There's no regret. It's most enjoyable. Etche is made up of 19 wards, and to the glory of God, I've done projects in 15 wards in Etche, which has never ever been done in the history of Etche. I built one of the biggest markets in Rivers State in Etche local government. It has never been done. As we speak to you, there is no word, and I promised them that I'm going to do projects in all the 19 wards in Etche. The many 4 to go. So, and I know that coming back next year, I'm going to flag up the remaining 4 and raise this up by the ending of next year. I should be done with the projects in Etche. So, for me, it's amazing.
Yeah, our research actually confirms what you said. 19 wards, you've done work, ongoing and completed in 15, and then 4 are standing. But the focus on basically building of schools, markets, and health centers, is that a deliberate thing? Was that a reaction to the yearnings of the people, or was it based on your
I don't just wake up and go and do projects. I ask the people. When I go to a particular ward to do it, I ask them, what do you want? And they tell me I do it. It's not that I just go and give them what I just feel like. They write to me. I have all the documents here. I have my study here. They come. They come as a team, and they say, "Oh, we want some will come with 2 projects. That's okay. Out of these 2, choose one." And they choose, and I go ahead. All the schools, all the markets, all the health center. These are things that the people want, and we're giving it back to them. It's a way of saying thank you for voting me into power. This is your right, and we'll give it back to you people.
Okay. All right, so regarding schools, remember sometime during the course of the year, there was a viral video about children sitting on bare floor, and your quick response to address that issue. I think that's really interesting. What's spurred that?
That's what I'm saying. In service, you don't have any excuse. I've been saddled with the mantle of leadership. And I see myself, I don't have any excuse. If there's such thing, and your people are crying, what do you do? A good leader, what he needs to do is to step in. And that's exactly what I did. I didn't do it because, I did it because that is the right thing to be done, morally. And to the glory of God, we've stepped in, and we're almost done. I think we are going to roof by next year. We're going to roof. We'll finish it, we'll furnish it, and hand it back to them. So it's a moral thing. What
about the question of, it's a state issue and even a national issue, lack of teachers. Is there any role you have to play there?
Lack of teachers, that's not for we as local government, that's not our role. But we intend to write to, like most of the schools, are building new schools, which we've commissioned some, and we're still writing to the states and all that to give us more teachers, because as we build, we try to make the environment conducive for them, so that it doesn't feel like, oh, you're bringing in teachers and they don't have a good place to learn and all that. That's why we're trying to modernize and put things in order to make sure these people have a conducive environment for learning.
It brings me back to the issue of markets. Etche is a food basket. If you live in River State and you've not had Etche Gary, you should go get some. Your life will never be the same. So the thought about markets is really, really interesting. But the issue now is bad roads. How do we get those products in? Is a state issue. But what about the feeder roads? You've done some construction, I hear.
You see, like now the governor has just started a major road from Chukochu to Go, which is the major road. The major road in Etche. And once that road is done, at least here we have great access. That road has affected the whole lot. That's a federal trunk A road. It's a federal road, which the federal government is supposed to come in and say, but they've not done it. But the governor, for the love he has for Etche, people came in, and the road is on. We just flagged up the road some weeks back, and as I speak to you, Sepraco is on it. So if that road is passable today, it becomes easy. The other roads, yes, as a government, we'll try our best to see how we can. Because of the limited funds we have, we can't do most of these major construction works. But major patching, grading and all that. as a local government, we can. But the major road, trust me, the governor has done so very well for Etche people. The other one we commissioned from Odufo Akpoko to Umoye is the governor.
21.
Yeah. Now he's doing this other one, which is the major access. And trust me, if that road is done, the development in Etche will
spiral.
You get the point? Because this is a road where so many people are not passing. They've abandoned the Aba Oyibo road to Etche. So Etche is now seen in the world. As I speak to you, people are coming in, properties are beginning to appreciate in Etche land. And that development is tinting towards that direction. Once it's passed from Okpoko now, it gets to Igruta. From Igruta, it's coming in. Chokocho is now developed and it's going down. And that's what we need, development.
Whatever is being done to convince the governor to do the amazing work he's doing there, because I have seen that for myself. We've done our research. He's doing lots of construction because that's the government presence we need to deal with things like kidnapping and then security issues. But I want to ask you specifically, what's the panacea? What did you do? Etche was really rough a couple of 1 year, 9 months ago. But it's changed, and people can testify to that.
So many people are happy. And for that, even if I don't do anything, some people say, even if you don't do anything, for the fact that our mothers can go to farm, we thank you. You see, I woke up one day, and I said to myself, Father Lord, what do I do? I never used to sleep. I will stay in the house, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., my phone ringing. Once I see my CSO's call, my heart will skip. What is happening again? There's killing here, they've kidnapped here. And I had a security meeting and we discussed at length, and I got so many advices and all that. I did some feasibility studies and I said, okay, we're going to take this step. And trust me, it worked.
It's working.
Working.
Maybe you should share your thoughts and this secret weapon you have with the federal government, because...
Yeah, you see, we come to understand that, you see, if you put up a good local vigilante, it will go a long way, and it has been helpful. We have 5 clans in Etche.
Yes.
So what we needed to do was to expand this security apparatus and work with the Nigerian security to make sure, because these people, they know these people. They can walk into the bushes and all that. And they started working. The first day they came into Etche, they had to do sensitization. Once these people knew that these people have come in, they all started running away. And what we do from time to time, you see, we'll do some seminars for them to make them understand that you don't take the laws into your hands. In as much as you are local vigilante, sometimes they do take the laws into your hands and they face the run of it. You see, so but it's been helpful, and today we can all sleep peacefully in Etche land.
I agree. Not just from you, but based on the research we've done, people are really excited about all you've done with respect to security. And they actually do rank you, and I said to you off cam, you're one of the first politicians from Etche that people had a lot of good things to say about.
Yeah, because you see, one thing about life, I'm not the less privileged. That's one thing. I've come to serve. You see, you must have a direction in whatever you're doing. I've come to serve. And from where I'm coming from, if I don't do it, I've killed my name, I've killed my family name, and which will not be too good. Because if they say, okay, if a rich man's son cannot help us, is it the poor man's son that will come and help us?
I love the fact that you own the fact that you're an elite and that you grew up from wealth. I love that. And I also love the way you're channeling that to be better. I also love the story about your background, which brings me to my next question. What are you doing for small businesses? There would seem that there's a lot of focus on empowering men. Most of the people I talked about, or your special advisors, are mostly men. What are you doing for women? What are you doing for small businesses like ours?
Like
for
now,
people from Etche?
Like now.
Yes.
You see, government is in phases. Sometimes if you overcrowd yourself, you lose focus.
Okay.
Now, we face infrastructure. Of recent, I just did an appointment of 150 persons.
Yes.
That I just did, male and female.
Okay.
The next batch is going to come out. Mostly, the female genders will come to understand that we must encourage them.
Yes.
We must. And after that, I'm setting up a skills acquisition arrangement, which we're going to pick from ward to ward. And I've come to, and from my own discalculation, I'm going to do 3 per ward, 2 male and 1 female per each ward on that. So there's no way we can't work with the female gender. We've been working with them and they've been marvelous.
Okay.
My vice is a woman.
Awesome.
My leader is a woman. So they're in the system. So we must work with them. Anytime you see me step out, you see that I carry nothing less than 30 to 50 women around with me.
Okay.
In any outing I go. So
we've seen some of those videos.
Yeah, so it's like that. And I dress them uniquely with their red hats and all that. And they're there. Which
is why we were a bit puzzled when we saw the Cynthia Wala story.
Yeah.
And I hear that's been resolved.
Yeah, it's been resolved. That's a story for another day, you know.
Okay.
Because sometimes you see, no matter what you do in life, especially when you're doing great and excelling, people want to drag you down. Cynthia's matter is a political matter. It's not even about her. I'll say it at every point. It's not about her. She's not. It's not about her. She was sent and misled.
Oh, okay.
So it's not something. And the truth about it is that I never ever give any instruction on that.
Awesome. Okay, so now tell us, even as we wrap this up, what's the future for Honorable Obinna? What do you see? Are you running for presidency?
Well,
this is an opportunity to say yes.
No, for me, like I said to you, my journey is being designed by God, and whatever direction He leads me to, I follow.
Awesome.
It's not in my power. I can't take the glory because I don't have the capacity to. That's the truth about it. If it was about me, I'm not sure I would have been where I am. I told you where my own direction was, but He redirected me to this other channel. So I might come and say, I want to go for this. And tomorrow He says, go here. What happens? So for me, I put myself in His hands. Whatever direction He wants me to, I follow. But everybody prays to excel. And I know that with Him and with what He has packaged for me and molded me to, I think He has the final say on it.
Okay. There are lots of young men, young women out there who aspire to be the next to you.
Yeah.
What do you have for them?
I've been grooming a whole lot of people, and I've told them my own story. Sometimes some people come and say, you're chairman. I say, no, it's not about me being chairman. I've had my own ups and downs. Before being chairman, I've lived my own. I lived a life like I didn't have a parent. I remember when I was about to get married, my dad told me one thing. When I went to introduce my wife to him, he said to me, Obi, my son. I said, yes. He said, look at me. And I looked at him. He said, I know you've come to show me your wife, but the only thing I owe you now is to tell you one thing. I said, what do you want to say? Go and plan your wedding as if you don't have mother and father. What does that mean? What that means is that don't think because your father is wealthy, I will come and do everything for you. Or you think, no. Then when he told me that, I said, thank you, and I left.
Wow.
Then I came back and I drew my list. And I did. And then one day he called me and said, where are you? As I came. And he said to me, how far have you gone? I said, I've done this, I've done this, I've done this. And I said, oh, that's really nice. Okay, I will help you in doing this, I'll help you in doing that. That's what it is. I wasn't raised as a spoiled kid. Some people, when they see me, they say, you don't have problem in life. Oh, you're born with a silver spoon. Oh, this and that and that and that. And I look at them and I laugh. And I said to them, if I was raised the way you guys think, probably I won't be where I am. I grew up with elites, and I know many of my friends that were spoiled with everything. Today, they can't even feed. Why? Because they all felt like, oh, it's about my father, and they always got from my father, and they couldn't go out to make things work for themselves. Today it becomes a problem. I have a couple of them. It's a problem today. They can't even go out and fend for themselves. And most of them, their parents are no more. And something you didn't work for, you can manage it.
You can manage. True.
That's the truth about it. Today, I've been able to achieve things on my own. So if anything comes in, I should be able to know what to do at every point. It's not about, oh, my father has this, my father has that. Your father has it, that's your father's own. Nobody knows how he worked hard for that. So you should be able to at every point. And for us, I remember those days we used to think that, oh, my father is a very mean man for the way he brought us up. But today we are most grateful because we have all seen the light. I don't need anybody. I can go out and I can fend for myself. I can grow myself to where I wanted to be. I told you I toy around to make sure I put things up for myself, and it's been helpful. And that's the reason why today leadership means nothing. I have never, and I stand to tell you, borrowed 1,000 naira even as a local government chairman. Everything I do is management of my allocation. Some chairmen go, they borrow, they do things, but I have never, and I will never. It's simple. In every business, there's a trick. When you understand it, you're there. Even in life as a whole. If you understand the trick in life, I tell you for free, you will live the best life. Courage is wealth. You carry yourself and people think you have the whole money in the whole world. That's not true. It's what you have built for yourself. What you know that you is necessary, you do. What are not necessary, you let it go. You're not in a competition with anybody. You draw a program for yourself and your life is all there. People feel I don't get broke. I say, why? It's because I don't beg? No. Sometimes I have my own downtowns. And I know. In as much as I have my own downtown, does not mean I don't have the necessary things to keep me going. When you program yourself in a way that you have things, but you might not have physical cash, but you have everything keeping you going. What will make you go and beg? Is when you don't have food in the house? I have food in my house. I have diesel in my house. My DSTV is working. My paid fees. As I speak to you now, my child's fees are paid for the next 4 years. So are you trying to tell me that before 4 years I won't have money? There's no way I won't have. There's no way I won't have. So when you program yourself in a way that, because the truth about it is that, okay, if I decide to say, okay, I'm paying this term, who knows what will happen the next term? I might not have money the next time. So if I have money, that's okay. Let me pay 1 year. There's no how before 1 year I won't make out money to pay for another one. So you must prove that is how life is, and you will live a beautiful life. It's just an advice to the younger ones out there. Don't think that every person you see out there has it all. Nobody has it all. We all live a dramatic world. That is the truth about life. When you have money, you get your dramatic equipment, you set the stage, and you're acting, and people think that you're in the world of luxury. Do you get the point? It's not like that.
Amazing. These are powerful nuggets, and thank you so much, Chairman, for this opportunity. We're grateful. Thank you for the wisdom nuggets you've dropped for the younger ones growing up, for all of us actually, because this is all about life. This has been an Ellen Hub interview. My name is Dr. Sarahchidieberejoe. Joe. We've been in conversation with the Chairman, Etche Local Government Area, Honorable Dr. Obinna Elvis Anyanwu. Thank you, sir.
JP.
We're grateful. JP. Don't forget that. Thank you so much. This is all sided out.
You're welcome.